Welcome back to the challenge where we take rental property and we compare it against a high yield dividend income portfolio. We're going to run this challenge out for a little bit to see how well rental property does compared to that portfolio. And before we dive in too deep, I am going to buy another house using the first house very soon. I expect to give you that update when we close June. Before we jump in, if you haven't, please like and subscribe and share this episode. It would mean a lot to me. Here's the M1 finance portfolio. We're setting at $38,255.66, up $635.66 over the last month. You kind of see where we've kind of played out here over the month. It's been a lot of volatility, a lot of things going on with the war, tariffs, etc. But overall, we're not doing bad. Net cash flow 477.57, market gain of 73 cents. So again, this is not financial advice. I do not recommend you copy this. I have a lot of high income ETFs that have NAV erosion. So what I'm doing is I'm actually fixing that by when they pay their dividends, I'm actually turning that money back into some, more aristocrat type dividend plays. I do have one here with Stretch that I'm not a fan of. I put it in here just so we can kind of keep track of it. Since the recording of this video, Bitcoin has actually kind of fell down on its face a little bit, which was expected, but I think that's also put some strategy and Michael Saylor in a bind where they've had to kind of answer the mail on some things. So we're seeing how their stock's reacting right now today, but definitely keeping an eye on this as we go. I did add Hormel Foods here. They make Spam and a whole bunch of other things. They have an attractive dividend. If you kind of look out where they are over the past, 5 years or so, you see this chart is not really attractive. The dividend's attractive, but I think we're nearing the buy. I think we're hitting the bottom. I think people are going to be looking for food with shelf life, processed foods, things like that. I know there's a big push to eat healthier, but I still think that's where we're kind of going. And then you see QQI here, which is another one, which is a 13, almost 14% dividend. This is one that they have taken a collection of the QQQ, the top holdings, and they're really trying to hit that. And you see that it's actually appreciated over time. So the NAV erosion. So what you see here is I'm really trying to move away from, and again, why I say this portfolio is not one to copy. I'm really trying to move away from those high income yield funds and more into these dividend aristocrats or dividend ETFs that have a little more appreciation rather than the NAV erosion. Just taking a look at what we have here, please do not copy this trade verbatim. Again, I have a lot of high yield, income, high NAV stocks here that I'm moving to aristocrat dividends. You see Apple APLY is up almost double there, which is great. Nvidia is up pretty significant. Last month was actually a 5-week month, so these should be up a little more. So the ones you see dropping, maybe that something happened. USOI, ULTY, Winter, all those are down from the previous month. USOI, I'm not really concerned about. That's the oil play. We need to see the straight really open up before I drop it. Whirlpool, I'm out. I'm deleting it. I've sold my shares from it. It's not worth it. They've suspended their dividend, and I think there's better plays out there. We'll find something and we'll make it work. Winter down to 97.62 versus the 140.14, which brings us to, for the month of May, 568.15. And we'll just kind of keep looking through this a little more. 568.15 will carry that over into the next chart where we're going to look at this. Here's a side by side with the rental property versus the stock portfolio that we have. You kind of see we had kind of left off here, a couple things highlighted in yellow. I had to make some changes. My spreadsheet didn't actually calculate properly. So you see where we kind of ended up, and now we're going to start recording the rents for May. Tenant was late on the payment, so $25 late fee, management fee. You see the margin, we had $8.36 for the month. Dividends 568.15 from the other page. Let's subtract the $90. You get that over here on the right hand side where we made those payments. Again, $97 for winter. We paid $90 of that towards the margin. So definitely trying to get that down. I want that to fully be paid for from winter itself. And when we sell winter in the end, we should have some profit there. But the May balance, you kind of see 762.75 and 478.15 for the portfolio. One thing that I was thinking about that we need to probably start capturing a little better is that monthly portfolio balance, what the actual assessed value or what the actual value would be. It was 38,255.66 here. So maybe we just kind of keep track of that and we just keep running these numbers every month and we can kind of see the difference. So $186.18 difference this time. Let's go ahead and we'll do the the running balance and kind of give a really good state of where we are. The running balance is set 25, 50, 75 for the property, 21, 59, 10 for the portfolio. You're going to see a lot of things change here very soon. We're going to be buying that other house. You're going to have taxes. You're going to have some repairs that we're going to have to capture here too. But overall, this is a pretty good setup of where we are. And that's where we stand at the end of May. The rental property has a lead. However, we're going to have to pay property taxes here very soon. And there's a repair coming. It's going to take some of that profit. Let me know what you think. Comment down below. Like and subscribe. Stick around. We're going to do great things.